If you have ever wondered what to do with the hundreds or thousands of bulk Pokemon cards laying around your house, I'm going to show you how you can turn those cards into quick cash or into free product on the next set release. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. You're watching the channel Dr. Applesauce 2. My name's Will. It's another beautiful day here in Texas. I hope you guys know that I love you, that God loves you, and that there is an awesome plan for your life. One of the most commonly asked questions from you guys in the community to me is, Will, what do you do with all of your bulk Pokemon cards? As people that collect Pokemon cards, and if you're a modern collector and you like to open new modern sets, you know that you inevitably end up with stacks and stacks and stacks and hundreds and thousands of bulk, common and uncommon and energy cards that you really don't have anything to do with. You can work on your master sets, you can work on your binders, heck, you can even build a bunch of decks, and if you open up a bunch of product on new set releases, you're gonna end up with a lot of bulk. So in today's video, I am gonna show you my easy strategy that I use to sell off all of my bulk Pokemon cards and put a couple $100 in my pocket or get gift cards to buy new product. If this is your first time to the channel and you like all things Pokemon, I try to bring you 2 to 3 videos a week on Pokemon, so if you want to stay up to date and not miss any of my videos, make sure to hit that subscription button and that notification bell so you don't miss anything. So selling bulk Pokemon cards is something that I've been doing for a while, and it's not only a way to bring in a little bit of extra money or to bring in some free product when new sets come out, but it's also a way to keep my space from getting cluttered. If you don't get rid of your bulk, you can end up with a lot of extra cards just laying around, and those can end up taking up a lot of space. I'm sure many of you guys know what it looks like to have a ton of these Elite Trainer boxes sitting around full of bulk, or these little shoebox card style boxes. These are even the small ones. There's ones that hold way more than this. I'm sure plenty of you guys know what these are, and these can take up a lot of space. So there is a really simple way to get rid of these cards and to bring in a little bit of extra money. And one thing that you can do if you want to put in the work, and I'm not gonna go over this too much, but you can create TCG player accounts. You can go on eBay and you can go on Mercari and you can sell all of your individual cards. You can make nice little lots of 50 cards or 100 cards for $5 or $10 or bundle up play sets and stuff like that, and you can do all of that and you can make a little bit of money. You'll come home and you'll have a couple sales and you ship out your sales, and it might be a little bit here and a little bit there, but over time it's going to add up. But it does take a lot of work, and for somebody like me, and I know a lot of y'all watching this probably are similar to me, where you have work that you have to do all the time, you have a job, maybe you have family, you don't want to take the extra time to piece out all of the bulk. What I do in order to get rid of all of my bulk at one time is I sell my bulk to one of a few local card shops or even card shops online that I trust, and they will buy that bulk. I'll mail it to them, they'll buy it, and they'll issue me either a gift card or cash or credit to purchase new booster boxes on the new set releases and stuff like that. So the easiest way to turn your bulk Pokemon cards into extra cash is to sell it to a reputable local game store. Now, there are a few game stores that I highly recommend. There are a ton of game stores, a ton of card shops that will buy your bulk, but this is just 3 that I recommend, okay? I recommend Safari Zone as a place to sell your bulk. They will take your bulk and they will give you credits towards new booster boxes and a whole bunch of different things that can really be helpful. I also recommend using the Hydro Pump Poke Shop. They're another place that they'll buy your bulk. They'll give you gift cards and then you can buy new product. And I also highly recommend DFW Pokemon. That is another shop that will buy your bulk from you and give you competitive rates. All 3 of these shops will purchase your bulk. You can mail it to them from anywhere in the United States. You can go on to their website, and all 3 of them will have various forms that you can either fill out online and then submit, or you can print up and then send it off with your box that you send to them. But all 3 of them have strategies set in place that all you have to do is go to their website, find bulk submissions or bulk orders or sell your bulk, and it's pretty cut and dry and pretty self-explanatory how to follow their steps and send it to them. And then once they receive it, they process it and they'll email you and say, congratulations, you have a $200 gift card or you have a $250 payout waiting. Now, these are just the 3 shops that I recommend, that I know a lot about, that I know aren't going to screw anybody over, that are actually going to be reputable and honorable and actually pay you out on your bulk. There are plenty plenty of other stores. You might have a local store that's in your area that you can just take the bulk into and they'll weigh it out and pay you. So definitely look around, ask around, but here's 3 stores that I highly recommend. And the process for selling your bulk to these stores and turning these cards that are just taking up space and really aren't doing anything and turning them into money or gift cards is really simple. So you need to pick your store of choice. If you're doing it online to where you're going to submit online and mail it to them, just go to whichever store you choose, find their online submission form and check out their online submission form. Every store has things a little bit differently, but pretty much you're going to have to separate your commons and uncommons, and then you're going to have to separate your rares, and then you're going to have to separate your holographics and your reverse holographics. Some stores will accept energy, some stores will accept trainer cards and item cards separately. And then if you have bulk Vs and VMAXs and stuff like that, you're going to separate those as well. So you're going to go to that online submission form and see exactly how they want you to do it. And then becomes the tedious process, and this is the only part of it that's tedious, is you have to separate all of your bulk into packs of 100. So literally what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll separate it all, commons, uncommons, then I'll separate holo rares, I'll separate non-holo rares, I'll get it all separated, and then I will make piles of 100 of them all. Count out 100, I'll put them in a pile, and then I'll take either some nice Ziploc baggies and wrap it up, or if you want to get really nice and make it look really good, you take a half sheet of printer paper, tape it all up, and then on top of the paper you write what it is. If it's a 100 quantity of common, uncommon, you write common, uncommon 100 quantity, or if it's non-holo rares, you write non-holo rares 100 quantity. And essentially what you're doing by boxing it up like this is you're making it a lot easier for the store that you're selling to pull it out and say, okay, here's 100, and they can go through real quick and count it. And you're not wanting to put these cards in sleeves. You're not wanting to put these cards in top loaders. You're not wanting to put rubber bands around the cards because it's going to mess all the cards up. You want to do it exactly like this. You want to count out quantities of 100 and either wrap them up in some nice paper or put them in a Ziploc baggie and make sure that Ziploc baggie is nice and tight when you pack it all in there. Make it really easy for the card shop to open it up and access your cards. I've seen horror stories from Safari Zone and other places where people will send in thousands of bulk cards and they are all in penny sleeves. Now, if you're buying bulk cards, do you want to unsleeve 10,000 commons? No. If you do that, it's likely your cards are going to get sent back to you at your expense or just destroyed. So don't do that. Once you have all of your cards separated into lots of 100 based on common, uncommon, rare, holo rare, so on and so forth, you want to take an inventory of everything that you have. If you have 1,000 common and uncommon cards and you have 1,000 holo rares and you have 500 non-holo rares, then you want to fill out your form and make sure you fill out it accordingly and then follow whatever the process is with the store that you're sending them to. Some stores will just have you submit it online. Some stores will have you print it up and put it in the box, but make sure you do that step before you go to the next step. The next thing you want to do is you're going to want to box up all of your cards. And this is a really important step, so don't pass over this step. Cards can be heavy. If you're going to send off a bulk submission to sell off to a store and you're going to send 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 cards, that can be heavy. That can weigh up to 20, 30, 40 pounds, and that can be very expensive on shipping. So 100% without exception, you want to use USPS priority flat rate boxes. Don't go another route. Don't think, well, I can just back up my own box and it's going to be cheaper. No, I'm telling you, as somebody that's done this, and these shops will even recommend you do it this way, use USPS flat rate boxes to pack up your cards and send them to them. Typically, when I send off cards, I usually wait until I have around 5,000 cards, and I'll pack them all up and I'll wrap them all up in the manner that I showed you just a moment ago, and then I'll pack all of these up, and I can usually fit around 5,000 to 5,200 or so in a USPS large flat rate priority box, and that'll usually cost me around $30 to ship. So make sure you're using priority boxes without fail, because you're going to just pay a flat rate cost based on the size of the box, and the size and the weight of the box doesn't really matter. So once you pack them all up in your priority mail flat rate USPS box, get them all packed up. Make sure however many you're using, you use the smallest box that you can to pack them all in there. Use a little bubble wrap or something if you need to pad to make sure your cards aren't going to slide around. Tape it all up, and then this is a little step that I always do because these boxes are kind of thin and cards can be really, really heavy. Take tape and wrap all the way around with the box and make sure your corners and edges and everything are nice and short up. And then once everything is boxed up, you have everything boxed up, you have everything separated into commons and uncommons and energies and hollows and non-hollow rares and reverse hollows like the store order form that you've chosen to sell to specifies. You have it all separated and wrapped in quantities of 100, boxed up in your priority flat rate box. You have your order form either printed and in the box, or you have it sent off to the store through their website. Now all you got to do is make sure that on the order form you take the address of the store that you're sending to and go to the post office, and here's your flat rate box and here's where you want to send it, and then pay for it to be sent. It's going to cost you a decent amount of money. Shipping is expensive on these heavy cards, but for instance, the last time I sent in I think I sent in 5,500 cards, mostly common and uncommon, in a USPS priority flat rate large box. I think it cost me about $30 to send it, and I got like a $220 gift card, which in turn I used to buy other Pokemon cards and other things from that store. So it's a small investment up front, but this is a great way, and this is something that it only takes me a couple hours to do. If you're really disciplined when you're opening your cards and you're constantly thinking through, okay, here's my pile of commons and uncommons, here's my pile of reverse hollows, here's my pile of hollows, here's my pile of non-hollow rares, and then when you store them, they're already separated like that. It saves you a lot of time going through thousands of cards and making different piles. So there's a clutch little tip for you right there. But that is the method in which I turn my extra bulk cards into extra money to buy more Pokemon cards or do whatever else I might want to do with, and to free up space. This is a question that a lot of you guys have asked me a whole bunch of times, and this is just plain and simply the way that I do it. It's very simple, and most of us don't want to take the time to sell out bulk cards on TCG Player or eBay or Mercari. So here's a great way that you can do this, and then these stores take the bulk that you've sent them and they count them and they send them on, they take the time to list them and sell them in different ways. So this is a great method to every few months, depending on how many cards that you open, to send off bulk and get a couple extra $100 in your pocket. Maybe secure yourself a couple booster boxes for free. A lot of you guys have been asking this, so this is just another strategy that I keep in my arsenal of collecting to bring in money, to free up space, and things of that nature. So if you've ever made a bulk submission before, drop me a comment down below and let me know. Is it something that you enjoy, or is this brand new to you? Is this something that you're like, oh my gosh, I have 10,000 cards around, this is going to be great? Drop me a comment down below and let me know. All right, my friends, well, I hope I earned your subscription today. I hope you check out some of these other videos. Lots of stuff I know you'll enjoy. If you haven't already, hit that subscription button and that notification bell. Give this video a thumbs up because likes are free, and like I always say, find somebody to love and serve today and be the change you want to see in the world. We'll see you next time.